This movie specifically,
Run it back.
I was literally about to say run it
Run
back.
it back.
I'm the peanut butter banana pickle sandwich that Bobo hands to Gonzo in
I'm
Muppets
the
from Space.
jalapenos that Bobo was looking for.
Jalapenos.
Jalapeno.
Jalapenos. Get my friend some jalapenos.
I did not hear that.
I think that's a good start.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's me, hippie Steve in the van.
Rainbow, my favorite.
Yeah, Rainbow, that's his name. Yes, you're right.
Rainbow,
You're
my favorite.
not Red being like, I'm out. I'm already
Yeah,
out.
Red was not about that one.
He said, not the Steve discourse.
Not already. We're 5 seconds in.
We're 5 seconds in.
Hi, I'm Emma, and that's a weird thing for me to say. A lot of people probably know me as Bats or Fruit Bats on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, wherever you may find me. I do the Fraggle deep dive videos. They're insanely long, but that's probably what you know me from. Rolling out the red carpet for you, except for I have a green Red Bull in my hand and then Kermit, so it's the green carpet.
Green carpet. And I'm Megan, but you might know me as Malone's Pops on Instagram, or you may know me for this collection, literally, probably what I'm most known for, what people recognize me for. There are 6 shelves and it spans an entire spare bedroom. So it is my labor of love.
Why are we here? Why are we doing this? Mm-mm.
We
We
love the
scheming.
we scheming.
We scheming.
We're scheming
Over
hard.
here. Over here.
It really started because we became fast friends, like immediate best friends.
Yeah, actually so fast. Like so like scarily so.
Literally, and our brains are connected. So we thought, what would be better than to have a podcast based on not only that connection, but the connection that we want to bring to the whole Muppets community.
Yeah, could not have said that better myself, actually. So
Was that good?
no, that was great. I was like, I really hope that you got this one because I fucking don't.
Like, where's she going?
I was like, I trusted you. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just follow on this one.
Well,
I'm like, I can't think of anything else that we would say other than like, I feel like there's a lack of like general like Muppet community content. And I don't mean that as a diss at all or anything, but it's just like there's not really a lot at all out there.
right. And what there is a lot of what's been here for years. And not that it's not good or that it doesn't have the substance people love, but I think something new and something fresh is wanted and it's missing.
No, I agree. I don't know. I think that's why people are kind of like on the Fraggle videos. And I don't mean that to like toot my own horn or anything, but
Shoot it, shoot away.
I don't mean I don't mean that in any type of way. I just like the response to that has been really good, and I've like kind of built a little community off of that, and I feel like we could do that even further with like general Muppet things, and also people know you, so
Yeah, I was gonna say I couldn't agree more. The amount of people I talk to daily who are like, I'm so thankful I found your page. I think it's so cool that a younger generation is into it because I mean, technically we are the younger generation.
true. I
Though
like we kind of I'm like we are. I
yeah,
forget.
like we're in our mid to late 20s, mid for you, late for me. But like we are the next generation and we're trying to create a space for the next generation.
Mhm.
All of the fans who were watching the Muppet Show live or alive during the Jim Henson era are finding it harder and harder to carry on that Muppets core values and like why we love the Muppets. People aren't carrying that on like they used to.
Yeah, and I think that's also why like kind of now like the newer I don't want to get into this too much, but like the newer Muppet stuff, I feel like they aren't really getting
Yes,
why
I
we
could.
like this and like what the I don't know. How do I even say that? You know what I'm getting at, but like people aren't.
Yeah, something about just like talking to people every day has shown like how much people actually do appreciate this and people appreciate us shining light on Fraggle Rock or Muppets or the Muppet Show, Jim Henson Hour, like those obscure things that a lot of kids today aren't just innately into.
And there are like a lot of fans I guess like us out there, but I feel like they're kind of quiet about it. So I don't know. I feel like not a lot of things are talked about in the way that we have been talking about things.
Correct.
So
And we just want to bridge that into the other fans so that we're not, just out here with the only one having this
yes.
mindset because a lot of people appreciate not only our perspective, but our passion.
Yeah, and that's really cool to see because honestly, I thought everybody was gonna think I was a whack job. Like
I'm not convinced that people don't think I'm a whack job,
me
honestly.
too. Same. So
Like,
I
as
don't
I
think anyone thinks
said,
that of you. I couldn't see that personally, but
it's probably just like the in real life people when they walk in this room and I get like the glazed over look where it's like, oh, cool. Like it's like,
they should
no,
be
it
impressed.
is cool, I promise.
It is cool. They should be impressed.
I'm liking
Speaking
going,
of, do you want to show shit from your collection?
yes, I mean I definitely can. Well, a general tour without changing the layout of where I am right now would be to raise this a little bit and kind of show that the shelves do span over here.
I want to
So
come
over
sit in this
here.
room so bad.
No, literally, I love just like sitting on the floor and looking up and being like, oh, okay, so it's magic.
No, literally, like I'm like I want to come sit on the floor of this room so bad.
And then there's some mayhem stuff over there. But basically, it's categorized really well and like a lot of
Oh yeah,
thought
it is.
gone into the way that it is laid out. I tried to do this middle part, and like there's Muppets from Space, there's Muppets Treasure Island, there's Muppets Wizard of Oz. If you look over here, we've got the Muppets 2011 movie, we've got the Muppets 2015 series. Over here, if you can see, we've got Muppets Most Wanted here, some Christmas Carol, Muppets Most Wanted, Christmas Carol, Funko Pops. On this shelf is some of the older stuff. We have the old plushies from Fisher Price, along with the minis, and then some other old stuff. It's just kind of a variation. Up here, I have Muppet Vision 3D, if you can tell it all that one of my favorite shelves. We've got the Electric Mayhem section over here. These are my 2002 sideshow busts that were all limited to either 3,000 or 5,000 pieces. They're super rare. And yeah, then we just have some miscellaneous like below. But that's like the general collection. But today we are going to be focusing in a little bit on Muppets from Space, the 1999 classic. And we decided to talk about Muppets from Space because not only is it both one of our favorites, but we feel like it is criminally underrated.
Everybody's a hater on this movie for no reason.
For what? For
For
what?
what?
But before we get started talking on the logistics of the film and Easter eggs and whatnot, our favorite parts about it, I did have this is Burger King Club.
Hold on. What are the other ones? Show me the thingy.
It's international because it has the gonzo.
Yeah, stupid Kermit on the top. I love him.
Yeah, you're right with the Kermit.
He
Yeah,
looks
because
dumb as shit, and I want that one so bad, but it's so much more expensive.
I know. I know. I want the like piggy too in the meteor or whatever
Yes. UFO
yeah,
Mania Live.
I did get this Rizzo toy unopened from 1999.
Woo!
And I'm opening it for the first time.
That's the year I was born.
Smell that 2000 or 20 2,000-year-old air.
2,000-year-old Rizzo.
25-year-old air. Smells like 90s.
Smells like the 90s. Smells
Anyway.
stale.
Yeah, literally. Here's
Rizzo.
the Riz. Give us a. We do it all for you, ladies.
I do it all for you, ladies.
But basically, when you slide him or he drives or whatever, he just goes back and forth.
Oh shit! I didn't even know he moved. I thought he was just gonna like zip.
No, he's doing a pull up, a full on.
Hell yeah, he is.
But anyway, yeah, that's the latest addition to the Muppets from Space Shelf. And you can see the matching Rizzo plush right there. He's so cute.
My Siggy to Rizzo.
Mine's slightly different.
I was gonna say yours is different. I didn't know that.
This is the Disney store. version.
Oh, he's got a tag on his ass. Yeah, mine has nothing on his ass.
This one's tail is like, I don't think is accurate. That one's way better.
I don't like the way that this one sits because he looks like he's screaming. And why are his arms like this?
I know that his arms are like this too. Oh,
I, like
like
low key, I want to like do some weird Frankensteining on him and see if I can like re-sew his arms back on so that like he doesn't sit like this. But also, I don't want to do that to him, you know?
I know. I've seen a lot of these too where his mouth is open.
Like, why?
I don't know. The Pepes too. Have you seen the Pepes? They're so bad.
And yet they're like $200.
For the horrible ones. For
Yeah,
the
I'm
shit
like,
ones.
are you kidding? At this rate, I'm just gonna make my own.
Right. And I also just baby Rizzo.
Yeah, love him.
He's cute. He's a little cutie pie. So I tell people this story all the time, so I figured it's relevant in this situation. The whole reason I have this collection, this Instagram page, this podcast right here, this undying love for Muppets is because of Muppets from Space. For a large chunk of my childhood, it was the only Muppets movie that I knew even existed. I hadn't ever heard of any of the others.
It was that, and it was Muppets Take Manhattan for me. Like between the two,
Okay,
those are the ones that I watched all the time.
Okay, yes. I didn't even know the original three like were a thing until I was probably 11 or 12.
Yeah, I didn't know about the original ones till a bit late. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I hadn't seen Caper until like a couple months ago.
No shade, no shade. It's okay. In my pubescent mind, Steve Whitmire and Jim Henson were the same person. I didn't know there was a predecessor to Kermit until
It's
I
like
got
the
to a
second
certain
coming
age.
of Christ. The second coming of Kermit.
Literally. But so I'm like in my adult years went back and studied the lore and watched everything I ever missed. And I'm sure you can relate in the same way.
Oh yeah. I'm like I haven't gotten into like the lore, I guess, and the like technicalities of everything until like semi recently. I've kind of like here and there I've looked into it a little bit, but not like a ton until I did the Fraggle Rock videos. Actually, that's what spiraled me. But
Yes. Oh my gosh, that main core is really what is like, oh my god. Like that once you know the main core people, you know, the Jerry, Dave, Richard, Jim, Steve, all, once you know the core, then everything else holds more significance. It's like, oh my god, these people I literally love and adore have been working together alongside each other since the, you know what I mean? Like
there's such a chemistry there that it's like not really something that you can like replicate either. So
exactly. Like a part of me is just like always in grieving something that we will never be a part of.
yeah.
Like I am forever disheveled by the fact that I was not born in the 70s. Like, what do you mean I missed it? What do you mean I missed all of it?
No, literally, if my toxic trait is like believing that I think I would have done well on the Muppet Show, then so be it. Because
I just want to be there for like one single episode. I don't even need to be part of the crew. I just need to like witness it with my own eyes. I need to enjoy one televised premiere like from Jim Henson's era.
no, I
need to
agree.
walk the earth at the same time. Like
Yeah, I want like I'm like I want to be part of that.
I
That
want to be there.
yeah, that should be me.
Literally, literally. But anyway, yeah, so the whole reason all of this started for me is because of this literal copy of Muppets from Space on VHS. I used to watch this exact copy at my grandma's house every time I would stay the night. We had like this and like two other movies. Um, literally, because
The other movies.
tickets were slim. I think it was like the Seventh Kingdom or the Ninth Kingdom or something. It was some weird.
I don't know that
I don't
one.
know if anyone will know this, but it had like a guy who was like a wolf in it. I don't know. It's really weird. I haven't watched it since I was young, and I don't think it was a kids related movie, but it was on multiple tapes. Like you had to watch it in
like,
parts.
I feel like I have like an image of like the VHS cover or something of this.
Yeah, I think
I've
you
never
might.
seen this. I feel like maybe I know what you're talking about. Like
No, literally, not me having to like look it up now. I'm bothered.
yeah.
Oh, it was the Tenth Kingdom.
Oh shit, you were close with 9.
It's probably like a movie my grandma fucking watched and just let me watch.
Yeah, fair though. I feel like there's always something like that.
Yes, and then the other one, so it was Muppets from Space, The Tenth Kingdom, and Babe Pig in the City.
Yeah, because I had that one on VHS at my grandma's too.
Yes, and then I think later we got Stuart Little.
Yup, that's another one I had on VHS at my
Yeah,
great grandparents.
yes.
It's
But
all those
anyway,
animal movies.
but this was my go-to. We also had a van that had a VHS player, throwback.
Yo, you
And
had a tricked
anytime,
out van?
yeah, with a little VHS player. It was between the seats of the front row of the car. And it was in my grandma's van. And anytime we would go somewhere, I would either get this or the live action Flintstones movie I would bring from my mom's house.
I think I haven't even fully seen that movie, but I was watching it recently for some reason, and I didn't get through it. I
It's
didn't get
weird.
through it.
It's
I
weird,
think
but
it's
I
because
do
Kyle
like John
MacLachlan's in
Goodman.
it, and I love him.
Oh, true, true. I do like John Goodman.
Oh,
Like
true. I love him too.
I do like John Goodman's in it. So him as Fred was pretty good. But
I
but yeah,
actually
so
just found at an antique store, I found a little like a toy of him, and it looked just like it, like in the live action, it looked just like him.
I was just gonna say I know exactly what you're talking about because there's a Barney one too that
Because
looks
I saw him
exactly
too
like.
at the same antique store.
Yes. I've seen those. I've seen those. Why are they so real?
They look
And
just like them. They did a good job.
I was just gonna say, can we request for some like Jim Henson figures?
Why isn't there a Jim Henson one?
I know,
Like
right?
even like a NECA figure. Like
Yeah, no. It's really weird. I don't know if
the Vincent
there's
Price NECA figure that they just came out with really bad. Sorry, this is so.
oh
They should
Vincent
make a
Price.
Jim Henson one.
Dude, the Vincent
They could
Price
do
would
the
be
little
cool to
puppets.
put. The Vincent Price would be cool to put on a shelf, like
I
the
want.
Muppet Show nod to.
I love Vincent Price so bad.
Oh yeah, okay. So
Really.
anyway, so this movie was religiously replayed over and over, whether it was my grandma's house or van or whatever. I would watch this one over and over and rewind it and watch it again. And when she passed away, it went into my mom's storage unit. And then when my mom was retiring a couple years ago and was going through her storage unit, she found this copy and she gave it to me, of course, because I was the only one that like had super sentimental ties out of all my cousins or siblings or anything to this movie. So she gave it to me, and at the time I was just collecting the Muppets Funko Pops, and this was honestly the first item that made me expand the Muppet collection. So it ended up taking up a whole bookcase of Muppet Funko Pops and then a couple bobbleheads and VHS tapes that I was slowly gathering. And now it has grown into this literally because of this.
I love that it's like something like sentimental that like made you expand that too. Like that's so cute. I don't know. I love that.
Yes, no. So I always say, like, even though the Snow Funko Pop was technically my first Muppet collectible, this is like what started the collection for me because this was mine when I was a kid.
That's cute. I love that. And I like that you still have it.
Yes, no, it's very sentimental. As you know, now it's part of my tattoo on my leg. And
Yes.
maybe we can flash a photo here. But the VHS tape, and this tattoo's unfinished, but the VHS tape in the middle is to replicate this. This tattoo not only includes the VHS tape, but two characters specifically in their costumes from that movie. Gonzo's holding the telescope in his hand that he gets from his cereal. It's definitely something that's impacted me, and I had to include it.
I love that. I love that. And I don't know. I don't think this movie deserves the hate that it gets. I'm not that I think that it gets like hate, but like
It's a fair share. I feel like people are coming around more now than ever.
I'm not really sure what that's about. I'm glad.
I feel like it was almost like a lost movie for a while because it was one of the ones that was on no streaming platforms.
Oh,
So it
yeah,
getting
and I
put
hate that
on,
there are a handful of them that just are not streaming anywhere or like next to impossible to find like easily anyway, I guess. Like I don't know. Yeah, I feel like this is one of the ones where I feel like if you're like a Muppet fan, you've probably seen it. But like personally, if I like talk about this movie to people who just like kind of know the Muppets, so like, yeah, I don't know that one.
yeah,
Like
exactly. I get that a lot too.
I'm like, why? That's a good one. That one's funny.
You're right. I'm like, oh, you mean the Holy Grail of Muppet movies? The whole reason why I'm into the Muppets.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
like, oh, you mean the one that I'm pretty sure half of my humor is based off of? That's good. Yeah, good.
who got this cake?
I've got this cake.
I
That's
love
the one that
Fozzie's
I can't
hat.
stop quoting lately, like mainly.
I
Not
love
that I swear, like half of this movie has lived in my brain, like rent free, like for my whole life. And I don't know why it's like this movie. It's this, I guess it's this one and it's Muppets Take Manhattan, but it's like more so this one. But I feel like I probably like I will just watch things on repeat as a child and I'll still do it now. But like this movie specifically,
Run it back.
run it. I was literally about to say run it
Run
back.
it back.
My brain will just like pick something random to latch onto for like the entire day. And a lot of the times it's Muppets. And like so often it's this movie for some reason.
I feel that.
I'm like, I don't know where we got that one from, but all right. Like the other day, it was before I watched this again. It was like I was about to clock out of work and I had the most random Kermit line from that movie in my head. And oh my God, I can't even think of what it was. I was like, why the fuck is it that?
You have to.
Oh, it's when he goes, ah, the old rubber ducky with invisibility spray trick.
Oh yeah.
Literally that. I was like, why the fuck is that in my head right now?
Yeah, that's
It's
so
the way
funny.
he says it.
I know. And speaking on the invisibility spray, I often think when I'm washing my hands, the thing that Fozzie's always like, "Mom always said."
That's so funny because that's one of the ones that doesn't come into my head.
Oh, true. I just like got you on the ones you don't remember, like
Yeah, I'm like, is it all the opposite ones? Like every
literally. And
other
there's a
line that like
Fozzie,
isn't in my brain is in yours.
there's a Fozzie invisible spray figure right here.
I
Like,
figured you had it.
oh,
Another reason why I love this movie big is because I love Pepe Big. He was my favorite as a child. I think I want to be like, I want to say he was my first like favorite Muppet, but I think actually technically Rolf might have been my first favorite Muppet.
okay, valid.
I'm not sure though. I definitely Pepe was like top fave. Still is top fave. It's like him and Rizzo at this point. But I don't know. Pepe's just like so dumb. I love him.
He is.
He's like just he I don't know. There's that one video where like Frank Oz says that he's his favorite because he's annoying, and I'm like, so true. So
Yeah.
true.
I feel that way with Bean Bunny. Like he's so annoying. They created him to like hate, like because he's so
I
evil.
need to like watch more Bean Bunny things because I'm not super familiar with Bean Bunny. Um
No, that's valid. The intro to Bean Bunny for me was obviously Muppet Vision
mhm.
was like the true intro to Bean Bunny for me. But then going back and watching the Jim Henson Hour and getting to enjoy that Bean Bunny, it's been so funny.
Yeah,
Like
see, that's like unfamiliar territory for me. Like I need to get into the Jim Henson Hour bad.
I feel you. Yeah, no, there's this clip where they do with Bean Bunny where he's like Rambo and it's like Beanbo. And he's like, sucker.
Oh yeah, you sent me that one.
Beanbo. Sucker. Beanbo. Now cute. Let's learn to kill.
So funny.
Pretty much all I know from the Jim Henson Hour at this point is like whatever you've sent me.
True.
So, and that one clip,
Yeah, that one clip.
and that one clip. Got this gay.
Who got this cake? Sal, there are no cannolis here.
This cake though is a beauty.
That's awful. They would have done that.
That's awful.
That's awful. They would have done that.
The things that are not on streaming anywhere. My issues with that. Jim Henson Hour, Muppets Tonight. Those are like the main two that I've been trying to watch.
You just have to watch a grainy shit version of it on
I
YouTube.
don't wanna.
But somebody has started re-uploading the Jim Henson Hour in like very clear quality, and that's why I think I got back into it.
You sent me that, and I have that saved.
Yes.
And I need to get into it.
Whereas Muppets Tonight is like literally lost media. Like, I mean, it's on YouTube, but it's so grainy and low quality, and like so, I don't think all the
trash.
episodes are even on there.
No, I think it's just clips. Because
Yeah.
even like I was trying to figure out if that jacket that I made, the Rizzo jacket, is in anything else. because what the fuck? Like, I see there's that one image of him in that jacket. There maybe one or two merch things with him in that jacket.
Mhm.
And it's in the background of Muppets from Space. And I'm like, has it been in Muppets Tonight? Has it been in fuck anything that like I just like
Missed, yeah.
I can't find anything. I can't find anything.
The Muppet Monster Adventure game.
The Muppet Monster Adventure game.
Don't you forget. Don't you forget.
I shouldn't be forgetting. Yeah, I was like, maybe that. I don't know. Because there was like one like coloring book or something, and I think it was Muppets Tonight. I don't know. It was something like that. And he had that jacket on, and I was like, is it maybe like because that was around that time, I think, too. But
Yeah.
there's nothing from this fucking show like anywhere unless it's like 2 pixels big and like a clip from the show, like not even like a full.
Literally, the Rizzo and the Muppet Monster Adventure was like 3 pixels put together with like a blue speck in the middle.
And that's pretty much what Muppets Tonight looks like.
Yeah, literally.
So dumb. I wish it would just be on anything, but
no, anything at all.
But yeah, wasn't Pepe like I don't know shit. But like he was with like that elephant, like Seymour or whatever, right?
Seymour, yes, yeah. So
I don't know what their role was. I just know they were together, and this is the first time Pepe was not seen with him too.
Right. Yes, exactly. Same with Bobo. I think this was Bobo's breakout role as far as going from Muppets Tonight to being in a movie or like having more than like a background scene in a movie. I think this might be the first.
I mean, I believe that because I can't think of anything else that he was in, and he wasn't even really Bobo in this either. He's like one of the few that isn't him.
I know, right?
Is there anyone else who isn't them in this movie?
I don't know, but Bobo used to actually scare me when I like watched
Really?
this as a kid. And now it's so funny because I love Bill Barretta so much. I could never be scared by a Muppet that he plays.
I love Bobo big. I've always loved Bobo.
I think it's the pure size alone is like that would be scary to me if that was real.
That's fair. I think that's why a lot of like kids are afraid of like Muppet things too, is because a lot of them are just like really big, and then you see a person next to it too, so you get like the size comparison. And then I don't know. Yeah. I wasn't ever afraid of them, so I'm like I'm just trying to like.
You're like I'm trying to validate you.
Yeah, and also I was afraid of everything as a child too, so I'm like.
No, literally. I was afraid of fucking Dr. Van Neuter or whatever the fuck.
I'm afraid of Dr. Van Neuter now.
Oh, literally.
This rat smells a rat.
Literally. Oh, I hate rats. They ain't your lucky day.
Yo, Bubba.
That whole scene though, too, where he lifts up the covers and Rizzo's going to town on Gonzo.
Oh my god.
What is
I
happening?
never looked at it like that until you said that, and then I watched it and I was like,
well, the way he goes, oh, sorry, and like puts the thing back. It's like, or Rizzo's like, something. And then there's like a deleted scene of that where Dr. Van Neuter's like, what are you doing or something? And like Steve is Rizzo's like, I don't know what I'm doing, and like starts blowing raspberries like on Gonzo's stomach.
I haven't seen that.
What are you doing? I can't tell you. It's disgusting. Stomach.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love him so bad. Oh, we were going to talk about Bill Barretta.
Oh, yeah. We mentioned him briefly, but we could definitely.
Yeah, we did, but we derailed.
Ralph and Teeth. This is the first time they spoke. This is the first time they spoke since Jim's death. Because I was going to say they were in.
And even then, they only had like one little, like, not even a line.
They had one line. Like,
it's
literally.
like one word for both of them, I think. Because I know.
Too, which
he
I think
says like shalom. And what does Ralph even say?
Yeah, he says shalom, and I thought I put it in here, but I guess not.
Does Ralph even talk?
I think Ralph says one thing. I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't even think of what Ralph says. It's like one line, if anything, or like a sound.
I thought I wrote it, but I guess not. Well, I know they showed the Electric Mayhem band in the Christmas Carol, but it was literally for a second, and they were just like playing like as a band in the Fozziwig's party scene.
Oh, it's been a second since I've seen that one, but yeah.
Yeah, so this literally was the first time that we saw Teeth and Ralph and Scooter since Jim and Richard's passing.
Right, and then they have Richard Hunt's brother as his voice.
Yes. Yeah, Adam, which I don't know if he ever did anything else with them up. I have no idea.
I'm not sure, because that's the first I even heard of like that fact was when I was looking stuff up for this.
Get your gonzo t-shirts right here, $10.
I don't know. I think that's nice that they had his brother.
Yeah, no, that was nice that they brought him back to do that. And I'm sure that was weird for Bill being Dr. Teeth and Ralph for the first time too.
Yeah, I mean, I often think about how weird that had to have been for like any of the performers to have to just kind of like take over for that.
Right. I mean, at least Bill Beretta got, 10 years.
Yeah, no, he had time. I think
Yeah.
I read something about how he was even like an honor to have been the one to do that. Like,
Yes, no, I can only imagine. And I wonder, I know a lot of random Muppet facts, but I don't know anything about the process of choosing Bill for those roles. I mean, it's a no-brainer because he sounds just like it. Like,
oh yeah, he's got like that gravelly like.
Yes, but I wonder if there was anyone else, who went for it or not.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure of the whole process after all that.
I mean, we know how Steve became Kermit.
Yeah, we know too much about Steve.
in general. I don't know how many times I've heard him tell the story. I mean, to my face, even though I had heard him answer it in every other interview I watched, I had to ask him what it was like being Kermit for the first time just to hear it from his own mouth.
Right.
But you know how they kind of, or Jim apparently had mentioned before how maybe Steve would take over because Jim was getting so busy and stuff like that. I wonder if like anyone who suggested Bill, did Bill just say, hey, I have the vibrato, or what is that?
I would, in my mind, I would like,
to do it?
yeah, I can't. I know what you're getting at. I can't.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I wonder if he knew, or he just did it, and they were all like, "Oh shit, that's really close! Like, you got it!" Like,
that's kind of what I would imagine. I would, or I'd be like, well, they know these performers well enough because there's like so few of them that
yeah,
like.
And I know they wanted to keep it,
They were just like, oh,
legacy character.
who would be a good fit for that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what I would think.
Yeah, and continuity. I mean, I know they were looking for someone to fill that role, not just for this movie, but beyond this movie. So they would want someone that's, I mean, Bill was and is a key player in the Muppets and has only become more as the years have gone on. So I'm sure they saw what they saw in him and was like, this is no brainer.
Right.
Maybe we'll interview Bill and he could tell us the story on how he how he got there.
Oh, there's no Muppets from Space merch.
Yes, I was just about to say.
I'm like, you have all of it right there.
Yeah, just about. I really don't, which is weird. I really don't.
Almost all of it, I feel.
I know.
You're pretty close.
There's a lot of like niche little figures, and I think there was like a cereal that put out, maybe it was like Wheaties or something, but they put out these little figures I want to get still. I think it was international. But there's a little figure set. And then
you had those little Hungry Jack ones I didn't even know existed.
Yeah, the Hungry Jack ones are really cute. Those are finger puppets actually, which is like,
yeah, those are so cute.
But I don't have I have this one of the Gonzo. I don't have that. I don't have the van. I don't have that. There's like a microphone toy. I don't have. There's a bunch of.
I want the UFO Mania Live.
Is that, yeah.
I want it so bad just to pull that shit out and be like.
Yes, no, 100%. But I wish that there was more merch for it just in general. And I was thinking like when we were talking about the scooter scene, that t-shirt alone, I want to own that t-shirt.
I want it too. I'm like, do I have to do everything? Do I have to do everything? Do I have to make that freaking t-shirt for us? Because I will. I'll do it.
Yes. There's a giant, this is weird, but I don't know if anyone can appreciate this or even knows about this, but there's a giant Namco plush and it's alien Gonzo. Like it's alien Gonzo with the tinfoil thing and everything. I've seen it only on eBay or the Muppet Wiki. I can't even remember where I saw it.
Is it one of those ones where it's like you can maybe catch one listing of it
ever? And I think it went for like $800 something or something insane. But it was by I think Eigel actually, not Namco, now that I think about it, because I think it was a German release and that's why it wasn't pass. I don't really know, but it's really fucking cute and maybe we can put a picture up here.
I'll try. Yeah, I gotta find him or something because I want to know what he looks like now.
Bada boom. He's really fucking cute. And there's a small version that I don't think I've ever seen for sale, but I saw on like the Muppet Wiki.
Yeah, I've never seen that one. And now I'm curious.
Only, Gonzo 10 plush. Like,
and I feel like even like fan made merch, like there isn't a lot. I've seen like one t-shirt maybe ever.
Literally.
Like ever.
So here's it's a flat bill, so like throwback like 2008 or something.
Honestly, I kind of fuck with the flat bill though for that.
I
Like,
feel like, oh, my
like
ear. It's
yeah.
giving like the Cookie Monster era, like Cookie Monster
Yes.
pajama pants era.
Yes, but I like that for that hat specifically.
But no, it works. I did try to bend the thing, but it didn't work.
Yeah. Me
But
trying to flatten my Rizzo hat so I could like wear it comfortably.
literally. So here's the Muppets from Space hat. And then on the back it says, "Are you
Are
there?"
you there? Love
But
it.
everyone when I posted this hat was like, it should say, "Are you three?" And it's like, okay, iconic scene, but it also said, "Are you there?" Like
Yeah, it
that was
did.
only one little specific instance on the Hollywood Hills.
Right.
And then I also have this Kansas City Royals promotional t-shirt that came out back then. Here's the front.
Yes.
It's literally like, I don't know what the stipulation was. AMC Theaters is on the side. I don't know if these were released at a game. I don't know if you had to do something to get it specific, but I found it on eBay.
I'm picturing a t-shirt gun.
Yeah, yes, for real. For real. And I've never seen it listed again. So I don't know if it was like a first 100 people that came in got a t-shirt. Like, I don't think that was the case. I don't know.
I feel like it had to have been a limited thing, like definitely, but more info would be nice. I'm curious.
Right. And then I can't really show it here, but I'll speak about it. One of my most prized possessions for Muppets from Space is my Muppets from Space theatrical poster. Cue clip here. My friend actually got it signed by Steve Whitmire when he met him last year. It was long before I met him, but he offered to get it.
Just kidding.
He offered to get it signed for me, and it says he signed both the Rizzo part and the Kermit the Frog part, and he did the long like twisty G on the Kermit, and I love when he does
I
that.
think I accidentally stole that or something because I realized like my handwriting, I do like it's not exact, but like my Y's go down and then like this. And I was like, did I fucking steal that from Kermit the Frog? Did I fucking steal that from Kermit the Frog?
Probably. You're like, I like this. I'm adapting it.
I started doing this before like my whole like 180 into like Muppet stuff too. So I'm like, when did this what
Like, I was inspired at a young age.
apparently my handwriting wasn't always like that either. I just started doing it one day and I never stopped. And I was like, did I jack that from Kermit the Frog?
My handwriting is more like the "Are you there?" Like bold, a little wonky, cap locks.
I'm always like very curious as to what people's handwriting looks like. I don't know why, but I like sometimes I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, I am gonna bring up, I don't know when I'll get them, but I do have Muppets from Space bumper stickers coming in. I made one that it says, I have some loose jello, okay, with Pepe on it. And then I have another one, and oh, it's really long. I can't think of what it says. It's so long. Honestly, I don't even know what it says. It's something about the cosmic fish, though. It's got the fish on it, and
I love it though. People recognize the cosmic fish.
I love the cosmic fish.
Yeah.
I used to quote the cosmic fish. Specifically, my dad and I would quote the cosmic fish all the time, and I do not know why. And it was we know many, many things. And it's also, who is who? Which one? Who is who?
I quite literally can't tell.
No, because yeah, it drives me actually fucking insane every single time I watch this movie now because I'm like, wait, which? Because like I think that I know, and then I'm like,
I know. It's because they're both doing the accents. Like
I know, and I feel like I can tell at the movements alone. I feel like I can kind of tell, but then I start to second guess myself.
I trust whatever your intuition is probably accurate because you can always like sense him when he's on the screen.
I hate that I can sense him.
No, literally.
Trevor the Gross in the Muppet Show.
Yeah, literally.
Oh god. Yeah, I hate that for me. Hate that for me. Hate that for me. I can't watch anything normally anymore.
And
I'm like, I could tell.
What's his minstrel's name?
Murray.
Murray, yeah.
Sorry if I was quick on that.
No, you're fine. It's so funny though. What was I listening to? Oh yeah, I was listening to the Muppets Christmas Carol album, and like the this feels like Christmas or it feels like Christmas. I just don't want to misquote it.
That's okay. I haven't. So my thing with my thing with Christmas is that low key I'm a Grinch, and like I don't mean to be because I do like Christmas, but like it's the whole snow thing. Like we talked about this the other day, but like
Ugh.
the whole snow thing, the fact that it's cold, all of that. So I'm never like super into Christmas, so I haven't really like gotten that into Muppet Christmas Carol, and I know this year is gonna be the year that I do it. Not that I haven't like liked it or like seen it, like I've been into it, like it's a thing that I watch every year, but I haven't like seen it that many times that I'd be like, oh yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna like it. And the example I was using was in the It Feels Like Christmas song. Like at the end, Steve is singing as Steve. Like you just hear his
tell me
voice.
that.
Like he's
Don't
not
tell me
singing
that.
as Rizzo anymore. He's not singing as Kermit. He does a part where he's like harmonizing as Steve, which we all know from the music keeps rolling along that Steve harmonizing as Steve is incredible, phenomenal, just amazing. So like literally anything the man does, art. It's art.
No, straight up though, like professional.
But yeah, I was listening to that song and it was like I've heard this song a million times, and then randomly I was like, that's Steve singing in Steve voice.
Yeah, so that's my thing. That's my thing. Because I haven't seen this movie since getting like so
wildly unhinged
into all of this. Yeah. So and now I can't watch any Muppet things normally because I have all this knowledge in my brain. And I'm like, oh my God, the bite of 83 in my brain. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm just like picking up every little thing. And I'm like, I can tell. I know who that is. I know.
You.
You. I will be sitting here and I will go, if I hear somebody, I'll be like,
well, that was like, I can't even think of what this specific example was. And I don't think it was Fraggle. I think it was something else I was watching. Maybe it was Henson Hour. But I remember texting you and being like, okay, I think this is Steve right here. And we looked it up and it was like Steve. And I'm like, motherfucker, I knew it. Like, yeah. And that's so you with the scene where they capture Moki.
Oh my God. Yeah, because I was going to say that thing that I sent you and I was like, who is this?
And we're like,
because I had a feeling and I didn't trust my own instinct, and then you confirmed it.
We knew
you didn't want to confirm it either, actually.
I know. I was gonna say,
You're like, no, yeah, because you said and I started cracking up because I was like, I know what that means.
I'm like, because if it is Steve, she would be the one to be like, no, that's Steve, like 100% that's Steve. So I'm like, why is she asking me? Like, I feel like it's Steve, but now am I wrong? Like, am I wrong? And we're like scouring the internet, like, this is an uncredited role. I know this is Steve.
I'm like, it's gotta be one of the, I'm like, because it had to have been like somebody in the main cast, because otherwise they would have credited it. Because even if it's like people who are often in the, like, even if it's like Gord Robertson or like Trish Leeper or like, Rob Mills, the three like body performers of the Gorgs, even if it's like them, they will still credit them. If it's the main five, they won't credit them. Yeah. So I'm like, it has to be.
They're like,
he talks too many times.
Bro, literally, they're like, hey, yo, one of these five picked up a puppet and we let him roll with it.
Yup.
Uncredited. Or sometimes it is random Muppets that are no-named and they're still credited.
Yeah, true.
It'll be like background Muppet.
Like Muppet number 3. Yeah. Fraggle number 5.
Yeah.
Brought up Bobo being the only one that's not playing himself in this movie. But also, like, speaking of that, this is the first Muppet movie in a hot sec where the Muppets are actually playing themselves, except for Bobo. But yeah. The rest of them are playing themselves.
No, literally, the first Muppet movie since Jim's passing, where they are.
Oh, yeah.
Because Christmas Carol and Treasure Island are both before this, and they're playing, based on the novel characters.
I always forget the timeline of those for what I think it's because this is the one that I'm like the most familiar with. And then the other Treasure Island, I think, is actually the one that I am the least familiar with. And I have seen it a few times. And I don't know why.
No, that's valid. I was the same way. I never grew up on that one. If there has to be two I've seen the least, it's probably Treasure Island and Manhattan.
Change it on Manhattan.
I know. I was just about to say I like stopped to wait for your response because I know it's one of your favorites. I've seen it plenty of times now, but I'm just saying, like, those are probably the two I've watched the least, as long as we're not counting like Kermit
Maybe
Swamp.
watch Treasure Island. I'm gonna make you watch Manhattan.
Yeah. Oh, I love Manhattan. I love it. I have seen it
No,
several.
I know. I'm like, I like Treasure Island. I've seen it a couple times, but
Yeah.
we watched that one
But I
last
can't tell you
time.
like verbatim scene for scene. Like, you know what I mean?
I
I can't
could.
do Treasure Island, but yeah.
See, we're opposite for that.
Yeah, see, if I'm watching one of the old ones, it's always the original or Caper. Like they're just my like I gravitate.
It's always the original one for me.
Yeah.
I don't know why I think I need to watch Caper more. Or maybe it's because a lot of my
Caper has
faves like
such good
aren't
little
really
like
in Caper that
Sure.
much. And I'm like, yeah, it's all right.
That's valid.
Not that I don't like it. I'm just like, it's all right.
Yeah. No, that's a lot of people with I feel like everyone has like their hot button opinions, but we can all agree that Kermit Swamp Years is horrible.
I haven't even seen that one because everybody says it's horrible.
It's an abomination to Muppet content. The only thing good about it is Steve Whitmire.
I mean, I will agree with that, and I haven't
I
seen
mean,
it.
watch it for that alone. I mean, it's still a Muppet movie. It's better than movies with no Muppets, but it's not like I'm ever going to choose to put it on over something else.
Yeah, I think everybody kind of knows that. Just
yeah,
like what
no,
it is.
it's like I feel like as a community, Swamp Years is definitely at the bottom, and then people put Wizard of Oz like right above that. And I don't think it's like a horrible fucking movie either. I just
No,
think, you know, the CGI is a little wacky. They went a little
a
weird
little.
with like they went a little weird with like the
Chickens,
in the
whatever the fuck that
house.
was.
Like yeah, they went
We
a
gotta
little
do a
wacky.
whole episode on that alone because
We are. We're gonna talk about the no, those are my nipples. Okay, Gonzo. Okay, Gonzo. But any Muppet movie, I'm ranking it over any movie without Muppets.
Agreed. And I think
I
they're
don't care.
underutilizing the fuck out of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know. I think all the live actions that they could have been making, all those tweets and shit that you see about, oh, they should have been making the live action movies that they're making, but just make them with Muppets instead. I genuinely agree with that.
Yeah,
Like,
I do too. Or also, I would love another original plot. I know that's hard to do.
no, literally, they're really bad at that right now. They're really bad at that right now. Pace and love. And I'm glad that we're using the Muppets. However, they are really not good at writing for the Muppets right now.
I need another maybe Pepe Gonzo film or like something like that. You know what I mean? Or maybe just like I know we just had the Mayhem series, but I would love to see more dealing with the Mayhem directly.
No, I agree. I think my thing with this podcast is all over the place. My thing with the Mayhem series is that they did really well writing for the Muppets themselves and then not the people in the series. And I think that's what tanked the series.
Very true. It got a little cringe core with the human side of things. And I feel like it got off track.
I don't know what year they wrote that in. And I really want the answer to not be the year that it came out or any time around that.
Yeah, no, it's really odd. It's really odd the way they did that. But I feel like, and I don't know if you finished the series or not.
No, I'm still halfway through.
Okay, so I won't say anything about the end, but I was going to say, I feel like the way they wrapped it up was, I felt the conclusion. I felt okay with like the weird discourse in the middle of the series by the end of it.
Okay.
They did a good job of like making it come full circle pretty much.
I think I'm about halfway through and I like it is my main takeaway. So I like it. Have my qualms with it, but I do like it.
I'm like heavy into Muppet music. I don't know if it's the tism or what combo in my head, but the fact that we got a whole new album last year was just like, I was living on cloud nine. Like, I love Dr. Teeth covers. Bill Beretta does not have to go that hard for us, and he does every time.
Love him so much.
Bill Beretta. I mean, speaking of the Haunted Mansion, the Dancing in the Moonlight, like his rendition. No, I now like it more than the original. I like it more than the original. Bill Beretta,
no, me too.
You ate, sir. Like, one thing I was going to say really quick about the Muppets playing themselves in this movie is I love the dynamic of them all living under one roof.
No, me too. I
used to think that was
canon. House scene.
Yes, I used to think that was canon. Also, justice for Bean Bunny. He got Mrs. Doubtfired in that scene.
He did. They really
he just fucking slaps him in the face. He gets pied, full out pied. Like,
he does.
Justice for Bean Bunny in that moment, but I love the Mrs. Doubtfire like parallel. But I used to think that was canon. I used to think like, you know, it was just a known thing in the Muppet universe that they lived under one house and they worked out of that house and that they were like booked for different roles and stuff like that. I thought that was just like super cute.
In my mind, that's still a thing. So
no, right. And like I love how Kermit's like the head of household. Like everyone answers to Kermit. They're talking about like bringing the bills inside, and Kermit's like, "Oh, you know, I'll take them or whatever." And Clifford's like answering to Kermit about the like if they're waiting on a painter.
Oh yeah.
Animal bit one of them.
He's just a musician.
Yeah. Whole grain and nuts.
Yeah, talk about whole grain and nuts.
But yeah, no, I love that they lived under one house. In my mind, the Muppets lived under one house. I would
No, me too. I don't know. I just think it's
visit.
really cute. And just the way that they did it is so cute. And like
Mhm.
the way that I don't know, the way that they show like the differences and how each of them like live, but they can all live under one roof. That's so cute to me.
The line for the bathroom was also hilarious. Like, and then everyone getting ready in the bathroom, they open the door and into the shower, and Fozzie's in there with her full rain jacket on. Like, what is he doing?
And also, like, I don't know, the fish in the toilet bowl, and like Pepe's like in the
Pepe,
like, yeah,
Pepe drying himself. Yeah, no, it's just so funny. The whole montage is hilarious. Everyone in the mirror. It was just done really well, and I would love to see another movie follow that kind of format. I would love to. I would absolutely love to.
I just generally I think that whole like beginning like opening, well, I guess kind of opening, not really technically opening, but you know, that whole montage was done so well, and it was like it's so like iconic, and I feel like they don't do things so much like that.
True. That brings me to the Brick House song. I mean, I made a reel of that little montage scene with that song and was like, every time I hear this song, this is what I think of. I think of the opening scene to Muppets from Space. And so many people were like, yo, same. Every time I hear that song, I think of that movie. And it's like, good job. You guys freaking rocked it. Though I feel like that movie is missing original songs, minus the re-recording of I'm Gonna Go Back There Someday that never got put into the Anyway, the movie is
we're not gonna talk about that one.
The movie's missing original songs, but they did an amazing job. You know,
they picked a really good soundtrack that like fits the vibe of the movie so well.
It's
also, I fuck with the like the Pepe feature on the song at the end. I can't think of what it is. But Flashlight Space Flight, I think.
Oh, the one that plays in the credits?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Okay, I know which one you're talking about. I don't know the name, but yes.
Yeah.
Yes, no, I do.
I love Pepe's feature on that.
Yeah, that is so funny. I know. Anytime I hear Celebration, instantly, that's the only movie I'm thinking about.
No, there's like all this, pretty much all the songs that they use in that movie. I'm like, and I feel like there's so few movies that I can say that about, like the soundtrack that they pick. Even if I knew the songs before, I'm like, that's that movie.
No, yeah, 100%.
Another movie I can think of off the top of my head, Shrek 2. That's like that.
That's valid. That's really valid. There were a lot of like random one-off Easter eggs or like hidden gems in this movie, such as the Mr. Poodle Pants being on the Cap'n Alphabet, which was
fake Cap'n Crunch.
Yes, this spoof on Cap'n Crunch. And though it's just a physical ad in the movie, Steve Whitmire did say in an interview that he actually did do some puppeteering and like they shot some scene with the actual Mr. Poodle Pants, but it was never in the movie.
As Captain Alphabet, apparently.
Yeah, which I would love to see those scenes.
I want to know bad, like what was the context of this too?
Yeah, like where in the plot did this fit in where they would have needed the actual puppet?
I saw some about it of him. I don't even know like where this information is from. It was like something about like him being at like the Covenant or whatever. Like, why though? Like, please, what is? I need the context.
What's the context here? There's a lot of random deleted scenes that didn't get used, or like different verbiage that they use, such as, I mean, Rizzo being on the roof with Gonzo. That scene never took place. But
you can see it though. You can see them up on the roof together in one scene, because you said something about that, and then when I was watching it, I was like, this is where it would have been. I don't remember when it is, but you can see them. It definitely would have cut to that or something.
Yes, and you can see that scene in one of the trailers, the one that's like over 2 minutes long. Mm-hmm. And you see exactly where the screenshots that people have used, or like that I've seen on social media before, of like them both on the roof. But yeah, that as an actual scene doesn't exist. Same with in the movie with the cereal scene and Rizzo and Gonzo are at the table. I literally remember the "Are you sure it doesn't say are you nuts?" What it really in the movie says, "Are you sure it doesn't say you need help?" I don't know why. It was like a Mandela effect for me. And when I saw the deleted scene, I was like, wait, why do I remember that? Why do I remember that? I remember that really
I'm
well.
like, the more you say it, the more I'm like, yeah, I do remember that, but it's probably just because you're saying it.
Yeah, I know. Literally. And I'm like, maybe that ad was on some of my other VHSs. I
Oh,
don't know.
probably.
But that's also the weird ad where like, oh, bye Red.
Oh my God, it's this red specific. Everything is like starting to fall. It's like it's time. All right.
But that's the same ad that I remember Piggy and Fozzie's voices are different. I think Peter Linz is doing the Piggy in one of them, and I don't even know who the Fozzie was, but it sounds weird.
Yeah, I have it written down somewhere who the Fozzie was, I think, but like yeah, there was something about like
And Brian Henson does a Gonzo line in that one too.
Mm.
It's like,
But
what are we doing?
Frank Oz is pretty much like he's just dubbing things over for the whole movie, and it's just like other because he was so busy at the time that like he wasn't really available to actually like shoot a lot of things. So they had other people puppeteering his characters and then just kind of like him voicing over, but then like they just used him not voicing it over. It was like
Yeah, no,
the guy
literally.
standing in for him like for the trailer.
Which that's similar to Muppet Treasure Island because Kevin Clash did a lot of the Fozzie and the Piggy, if not all of it. I don't know how much Frank Oz actually was there for, but yeah, he dubbed a lot of that over. And then I think this is the last, actually, I know it's the last theatrical project that Frank Oz worked on.
Cool, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, cool and also not cool because I feel like we're missing his presence.
No, I know.
But it's like a weird kind of absence where I've seen interviews where like he's talking about Disney doesn't want to utilize him, but then they made him a Disney legend. So I don't know what the relationship is.
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know on that one.
Yeah. Next topic.
Yeah, next. We're running low on time now. Okay, so things I know that I want to talk about.
There you go.
The Muppet performers that are in the backgrounds of some of the scenes.
Yes.
We know our favorite one.
We talked briefly about Rainbow.
We know our favorite one, Rainbow the hippie.
Goodbye, Rainbow, and stay groovy.
Yeah, that's Steve Whitmire in the van, and I didn't know that actually until in my Discord, we actually watched that movie together, kind of like at the same time. Like I just kind of hit play and everybody watched it together. But everybody in the chat was like, "That's your man." I said, "What?" I was not looking at the screen apparently for a split second.
No, I know.
I knew about Peter Linz being like towards the end, and then there's a couple I can't think of their names off the top of my head.
And he has the Gonzo nose on his head.
Yeah.
Wait a second. I believed you, man. Yeah. I stayed up all night dancing and didn't study for finals because of you. I'm cold. Come on, let's go.
He's
Love
like,
it.
"Oh, man, I'm out of here," or whatever. They're like all pissed and they're leaving.
Yeah, they're like
This was also the first movie where they removed the arm rods in post-production.
yes. Usually you can see them, but not for this one.
And not for anyone again after.
Nope. No longer. Oh, also this was the last movie made under the Jim Henson Company before the Muppets were, bought out by Disney.
Yes.
Oh, okay, so I'm so sorry we were rushing the end of this. The original ending of the movie. The only way I can think to segue into this is the little jelly jars. The Muppets in Space jelly jars. They're Muppets in Space because these were put out before they actually like set on the actual script or the plot of the movie, I guess. So was this the Kirk Thatcher one or was this a different one?
I think it was Kirk Thatcher.
Oh yeah, okay. So the original description for the film was that Kermit was going to be mistaken for like the long lost leader of an alien civilization, and the Muppet Gang would have to like go save him or whatever. And it was almost called Star Gonzo, which sucks. I think that's stupid.
It does. Which wasn't it like in the era of the Star Wars, so they were trying to pander kind of to the
They totally were, yeah.
In space phenomenon that was going on, I suppose you could say. I also have those Welch's jelly jars. They made
I figured it was easier for me to grab this off my shelf, so
for sure. No, I was gonna say there's 6 different ones, and I love that because like you said, we really don't have a lot of Muppets from space merch.
It's the
So it's kind of
closest we
like,
have.
yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of like cool and like one off, and I love how we get astronaut Kermit.
Yeah. Another thing is that Jerry Jewell wrote the initial draft for the script, but then it was passed to Joey Mazzarino. But that he said that he like hated the ending. In his version, the alien, okay, this is the one that I really like and I'm really mad they didn't use. In his version of the script, the aliens were originally getting like a signal from like the old Muppet show. So they made themselves look like Gonzo because in their minds, like he was the ultimate being to them.
Yes, okay, I remember this now.
Yeah. And then they like kind of peel that back to reveal like these nasty, hideous creatures. Yeah. And then in the end, it's like it's not about his family being those guys, it's about his family being like the Muppets. And like that's his home. And so he's still whatever, he's like not an alien in the end, and like that's like the whole point. But the fact that they made him an alien kind of like bothered him. And honestly, kind of me too. Like stupid red.
I feel like a lot of people do get upset about the fact that they changed Gonzo from a whatever to he's an alien. But a lot of people say this movie isn't canon. So it's like you can just think of it as like they wanted
No,
to make a movie
literally.
about Gonzo. Like
I'm like not even mad about the ending or like how any of that went, but I am mad about like how they just ended up changing that real quick. Because I don't know, I kind of like that better. Was there anything else that you wanted to
yes, I wanted to say there's a scene in the movie where Statler's like, I wonder if there is life on other planets. And Waldorf's like, what do you care? You don't have a life on this planet.
Yeah.
Oh. And it's like, that's actually an exact line from the Muppet Show episode in like season 2. Where they say exactly that. So it's kind of just a cute little Easter egg that they just like paralleled that moment there. I love all the Statler and Waldorf banter in this movie, honestly. Like in the
They're
beginning,
so cute. I
like,
love them.
well, the bacon just ran out. Like,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know what to expect going forward from this. I will say we won't be rushing the end of this podcast next time. We kind of had to figure a couple things out this time. So oopsies, I had to work. We've got a whole list of shit to talk about, but I couldn't tell you what to expect going forward, honestly.
Yeah, I would say more than anything, like people just need to stay tuned for what we're gonna talk about next and like the random unhingedness, because this was just the tip of the iceberg. And if you enjoyed this little bantering, then you can only imagine what's to come after.
Yeah, this is just our first one, so we're kind of just getting into this here. Not that I don't think this went well, I think this was pretty fun.
Yeah,
So.
it absolutely was fun, and the time completely flew by. I feel like that's something that's happens anytime we get talking Muppets.
No, literally.
But future plans, I know we want people in the community to talk to about things in the future. We want to get Muppet performers on and talk about, things with them if this goes as far as we hope it does. But of course, with that, like, we need everyone's support. We need people sharing this video out. We need people who are all about us. Like, we love you for any support. If you have even watched this far, like, literally, I'm so thankful for that.
Yes, thank you forever.
And if for some reason you found this video before you found either of us on any other platform or your other YouTube channel, you can find me at Malone's Pops on Instagram. And where can you find you at?
You can find me, I'm Frootbats on everything, and the O's are zeros. I feel that I need to clarify that sometimes. But I'm Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Those are my 3 main. And then we have Dreamers Connect Pod also on Instagram.
Yes, please follow our Instagram dedicated just to this. Subscribe, like the video, comment, interact. So, all of those good things.
We would love to hear what you think.
Going forward, at some point, we'll take suggestions, things that people want to hear us talk about. But for the first time, I feel like this was like a pretty good. I feel like we still have a lot more to say about Muppets from Space and other random Muppet stuff. So,
no, honestly, I feel like we can keep going. I hate that I have to like go work right now, but
oh, it's okay. It's okay. I was gonna say, who cut this cake?
Who cut this cake? It's awful they would have done that.
It's awful they would have done that. That's awful they would have done that.
That's awful they would have done that.